Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some kind of big news going on over here. Number one is we actually had a huge PlayStation 5 game that's now been somewhat pretty majorly delayed, at least based on the time we all thought it was going to be coming out over here, in regards to the Wolverine game. We also have some pretty big PlayStation Plus now classics and additions being added on with that one, and as well some brand new showcasing of the power of the PlayStation 5. So we have a lot of kind of really cool little bits and pieces of news to go and cover for all of you lovely guys watching out there. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 $500 or Xbox Series X giveaway. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below in case you guys want to go and follow. As well for the bonus entries. We have the Target and Amazon links down below too as well if you guys want to go check on out and get your early nice little easy additions. And let's dive into the video itself. So first and foremost, we actually have some of like the more sadder news we're going to go cover up on this video. So as I've mentioned, we've been seeing a lot of hype and even seeing like a potential few leaks and information, and we're kind of just expecting a lot more news coming out in the next few months, whether it's from a brand new PlayStation event, like a conference, like a state of play, or like a proper legitimate sit down, place, or maybe at the Game of the Year Awards, which is coming up on maybe like 6 or 7 days from now at this point. So a lot of good news coming, although we keep on hearing rumors that PlayStation and Xbox are both kind of taking a step back a little bit when it comes to what games they want to announce, what games they want to showcase, and everything in between. So with this one, we actually have some intriguing and kind of sad news showing that the new Marvel's Wolverine report now has disappointing news for PlayStation 5 fans. Now, we have some good news to cover after, but this one's kind of a sad one. So a new report about Marvel's Wolverine, which as you guys have probably seen, there's been trailers for it, there's been announcements for it, we've been talking about it and all that. Well, it's looking like it's not going too good. So this is basically coming from the PlayStation 5 from Insomniac Games. As you guys know, Insomniac Games has made a lot of very famous games, such as Marvel, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, and all of that, and they've been in the works, hot in the kitchen, trying to make some of these other games. So basically, it has some now disappointing news for the Marvel fans on the PlayStation 5 pertaining to when the game may release. Since its announcement on September 9th, 2021, there's been radio silence about the title from Insomniac Games and Sony, and as you may know, there's still no word on a release date. Technically, it means that it could release next year, but a new report has already gone and rained on this parade. And I think a lot of folks are kind of waiting for this just in general, but according to a prominent industry insider and leaker, Tom Henderson, not only is the game not releasing this year, but it won't even be releasing until 2024, even at the earliest. So while the game itself was teased and was mentioned and hopefully will come out sooner than later, it does seem to go and show that the game might actually even be a 2025 release. Now, I'm going to hope so. I'm going to hope, not that I hope so, it's going to be earlier. I'm going to hope that the game actually comes out earlier than that. Like a 2024 release, you maybe give us Spider-Man at some point, maybe holiday 2023. So we have a fun game to play, for the holidays next year. I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. But 2025, man, I don't know. I can make sense. Like I said, Spider-Man 2023, you get Marvel, Wolverine 2024. That'd be good. That'd be cool. Like, we get our superhero fix, good games. They have time to polish it. I'm down with that. But 2025, man, that's going to be like close to the PlayStation 5 Pro life. And we haven't really had that many other exclusives to kind of even get close to warranting that in the first place. So it kind of seems as well, kind of just late. So basically, Henderson did go and say that this prediction is both a mixture of knowledge from inside sources, but also a little bit on the speculation side too as well. And it would kind of make sense too, because you probably don't want to release two major superhero games very close by. Number one, because development, like if you have like these different PlayStation teams, which do kind of collaborate a lot, then yeah, like they probably want to make sure one game is fully focused, have like 6 months of playtest, bug fixes, and making it polished as they can, and then move on to the next one. Kind of the same thing what they did for Forspoken. They push it out to make sure the other games are more like, the more proper, important games are good. So it's kind of rough because Spider-Man 2 is still currently in development, and the schedule is most likely to release as of 2023 as of now, and that is probably the number one focus because the last Spider-Man game did so well. Did extremely well. So kind of seeing all this news and information kind of makes me a little bit on the sadder side because, I want to play some games. I want to get excited for games. Like, there's not really that many games out there where they're kind of coming up. Like, we got a few, and I'm hyped up for some of them. Like, even we'll talk about Forspoken throughout this video. But, I mean, in the same level of, like a God of War or Spider-Man, it's a lot harder to go and compare between the two. So it does kind of seem like these teams have largely worked on experimental titles and Ratchet and Clank, so that means that they'll probably have a proper good internal team working on Marvel's Wolverine as of then. So basically, as of now, though, we still haven't had official good notice on all of this. It's more on the leaks and industry insider stuff. So we'll see in the next like 3 or 4 months if there's going to be another big PlayStation event or Game of the Year awards, or maybe even some release dates. But it does kind of seem pretty bad that we're going to maybe be having to wait a little bit longer for a game that a lot of folks have been excited for. Now, a nice little other side note too is if you guys have missed it, now this is one of the OG games, and I'd love to know if you guys have ever done this and played this game yourselves, but the PlayStation Plus Classics catalog basically added up one of my favorite games known to man, Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PSP. Now, I used to love playing the Star Wars Battlefront games. I'd make my friends have to go and like literally watch me play with me. It was one of my favorite games back just in general. And as well, I've always really enjoyed the Star Wars types of games, like the EA versions, you know, all those types of like multiplayer type games. Fun. One of my favorite game genres when it's done right. And, well, funny enough, we have now a PlayStation Plus new edition for this on the PSP. So in case you guys are curious, the game is listed as a PSP emulation title, meaning it will appear as part of the Classics catalog for PlayStation Plus premium subscribers. The release date, though, is still not listed, and does basically have a huge overview of the game, where it has Star Wars Battlefront 2, Classic in 2005, originally released on the PSP, PlayStation Portable System, enhanced with up rendering, rewind, quick save, and custom video filters. So that's actually like a proper good updates. So you basically get to go fight as a good old Jedi, so you earn the ability to wield the lightsaber, use the good old powers like Yoda, get that battle in space if you guys like doing all the dogfights and spaceships and all of that good stuff, which has always been good fun. 13 new locations too, with the Star Wars 3 environments too, well, apparently on top of that too, and also more exclusive challenges. So it basically is all playable from the PSP to the PlayStation 4 and 5 consoles, and also has newly added features. But although some folks are also kind of saying that certain times it may not be like a one-to-one, or may have to like do like a weird system emulation or something like that, mainly because we're just not assuming like it's just not gonna be perfect at the end of the day. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued enough. I'm tempted, but at the same time, there is like 3 other Star Wars games too. But sometimes you just gotta go through that nice old nostalgia and have a chance to go and check out some cool games. Like, dude, I don't know, I miss like this era of gaming where you just want to have fun. The game may not be the best, but I mean, I'm also a big graphics stickler too. So I mean, if I saw a game that looked like this in this day and age, I probably would be a little bit upset. But anyway, when it comes to Star Wars, we got some new PlayStation updates on this one. So we got some sad news, but we got some good news and a little bit kind of cooler news too as well. So to kind of wind down this little bit of a video, Forspoken actually has now pretty much basically no loading times. So we've kind of known for a while, these past few years, that the PlayStation 5 has had a pretty good, solid, you know, SSD. Like, it's just good. If you guys, I've been playing God of War Ragnarok. I'm almost done, I think, for when it comes to the PlayStation run-through on my Twitch stream. It's been really good game. But basically, if you guys have played the game, you guys know it really isn't that much loading time, and they kind of somewhat very conveniently and schemingly hide up the loading times, which I'm cool with. I don't mind that at all. But now it goes to show that Forspoken, which is, I believe, meant to be more of an open world game, is very heavily utilized in the PS5. So Square Enix has said that Forspoken PS5 utilizes the console's SSD to allow players to fast travel with loading times under just a second. The publisher just held a live stream offering a deep dive into the game, revealing how it crafted Forspoken's story. The development team also touched upon gameplay aspects like the parkour and magic spells, and with this one, as a translation for the Japanese stream by Twitter user Genki Japan, Forspoken features a 3D world map, over 100 magic spells, under 4 main categories, and RPG elements that were crafted by some of the folks behind games like Final Fantasy 15, which in all honesty, even though some folks are kind of iffy on that, I did all at the end of the day really liked it, which is good to know. So yeah, I like it, I like to see it. And they're just trying their best to make this because they want Square Enix to appeal to like everyone, a Western audience, an Asian audience, or whatever it may be. And it is kind of cool because it isn't necessarily really designed for multiple playthroughs, but they can at least still play the game whenever it's all done with the main story too as well. And of course, they're proud of the game. They want people to play it, they want to like it. And it is kind of nice to see that since there is such fast traveling times and SSDs basically just making it like instant, that does kind of really open up the next open world vibe for these console games and like in the future. So I'd imagine like the PS6, Xbox 3, whatever you guys want to go call it, we'll probably be seeing a lot more of the open world, perfectly like launched SSDs capable, like just making sure everything runs instantly type games, which I'm always hyped up to hear. So give me your thoughts and comments down below because this is kind of sad news, and as well, Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for all the signups if you guys want to check those on out. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. And of course, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.